Human resources professionals are a large and important part of any decision by a corporation to engage in a merger or an acquisition. Others may focus on things like the structure of the deal or the financial aspects, but those who overlook workplace issues are making a big mistake and might find themselves in a place they don't want to be after the deal concludes. Well, one of the biggest risks is really not taking due diligence of human resources issues, workplace matters, seriously. A company that does that could find itself with liability or exposure for a class action, an unfair labor practice charge, union grievances, claims for retaliation, all sorts of matters that arise in the workplace. The other mistake that I've seen companies make is not sort of scratching below the surface, just relying on documents. So, for example, a company that only looks at executive employment agreements and forgets to look at any amendments to those agreements, forgets to look at emails related to them, forgets to ask about conversations that might have happened related to those terms, is really taking a big risk, because often it's only when you lift the hood and kick the tires that you get the true picture. Well, the first thing any buyer needs to focus on is what type of transaction will this be? Is it going to be an asset purchase, or is it going to be a stock or equity purchase? If it's a stock or equity purchase, the buyer will simply step into the shoes of the seller and continue the operations. If it's an asset purchase, the buyer's got some different opportunities to assume some assets and some liabilities and remove the ones that it doesn't want. One of the important things early on will be to look at whether or not any of the facilities happen to be unionized. If they are, then that buyer needs to pay attention to the fact of the unionization, look at the collective bargaining agreement, understand the relationship between the union and the seller, and make sure that it deals with issues related to its status as a successor employer, both under the contract and under the law.